Muting now. Welcome to Dodgers Dogs as part of the Dodgers Daily Network. Nice lid, Coach.
Yeah, no kidding. Nice friend of mine. A great friend of mine got me that hat, by the way. And my lovely wife got me this. So, yeah.
The drip, Coach. The drip. Welcome to Dodgers Dogs as part of the Dodgers Daily Network. Nice lid, Coach. Isn't it?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's nice, man.
Oh, yeah. Short sleeve hoodie. Good. Starting to get a little warm here in Oklahoma. It's good to have.
Yeah. Okay, so almost as nice as the game tonight. I say that really kind of tongue in cheek because it was not really a formula for. There were some formulas to how you win games, like timely hitting, that kind of deal. The bloop and the blast formula. We saw Andy Paez get the 73-mile-an-hour base hit, and then we get the walk, and then the blast by Teo Hernandez. And then you make great pitches when you have to in big situations. So there were some formula aspects to it, but the Dodgers walked too many guys. They didn't walk enough themselves. They didn't get enough base hits. This is a game that just a normal rostered team should lose, in my opinion. And the Dodgers, just because they're so good. And Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman aren't really even a whole big part of this yet, and they're still winning games like this. Literally, this is the kind of game that makes you feel like this is the first team in Major League history that could go 162-0. Now, of course, I'm joking there. But if you can win these kind of games, you're going to win 110 games.
Yeah, I'm like you. I never really felt comfortable watching the game. I mean, I did, but I did. Skubal's great pitcher, Cy Young Award winner. Goes without saying, seemed like we walked too many people. Like you said, a lot of traffic on the bases, a lot of things going on. I never really felt comfortable until we got the last out, to be honest with you. It seemed like the Tigers are a good team. They got a great manager, A.J. Hinch, one of our Oklahoma boys from Midwest City Case. He's a proven manager in the big leagues. They got a good team. Torkelson was killing us. He's walking or hitting out of the ballpark. I
he can hit a fastball, that's for sure.
Yeah, I love those veteran guys like that who are around because of that. It's like, Michael Conforto for the Dodgers. We didn't see him that, but that's the type of guy you're talking about. The guys that have been around, that understand the game. But no, it's a weird game.
Weird. I still don't know what I just saw. It was like, I feel like the Dodgers lost, but they won. I don't know. I don't mean that necessarily, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying here, I guess.
They don't have the game-winning RBI deal anymore. But it's Ohtani. His home run ended up being
it was
the game-winning run. They don't do that anymore for whatever. I don't know why they did to begin with. I don't know why they don't do it anymore. But that's a big home run. Of course, Teo, and Skubal, as soon as he threw it, he's like, oh crap, This is the guy was the home run champion in the All-Star game last year. So it's like you say. Case, we've talked about this several times. Different sports, the great teams find ways to win. I'm like you. This wasn't pretty by any stretch.
Different ways to win.
Yeah, and I know Dave knows what he's doing. Dave Roberts bringing. Scott came in the 8th inning, and he's told him. They talked about on the broadcast. He's going to use him different roles, and and Trinan and Scott are both unhittable at times. But
I thought Trinan looked very hittable tonight.
Yeah, he looked hittable
and
tonight.
Scott was very hittable.
And Scott, both of them are hittable tonight. Most nights are unhittable. So I totally agree with you. I'm like, okay.
Like everything's set up like this is how the Dodgers are going to lose games this year. Yeah. And then they didn't.
And they didn't lose. You're right. Yeah. That's the greatness of the Dodgers. And I'll say the greatness because they're the World Series champions until somebody beats them. So if anybody don't like that, to hell with you. They're the world champions. But, this is a game they normally will lose because the Tigers are a good team, well managed. And the Dodgers are able to pull it out.
Yeah,
I did a lot of great things. Of course, our boy Tommy gets it going. The coach's kid gets us off the.
So did Andy Paez in the 3-run inning.
Yes, Andy is what a great spring he's had. He's put himself in the mix. That's great for him, young player who's getting a jump in there with a basically what could be a dynasty at some point. We'll see. That's way too early to talk about that. I don't care about that. I care about tomorrow, actually, since we won this one. We're 3-0. I care about tomorrow because I'm a coach and so are you and a lot of other guys on here. So.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, Justin Lamas has a really great point. Sometimes I like to call it effectively out of the zone because I think sometimes pitchers are trying to intentionally not throw too many strikes, if that makes any sense to you. But I think today, I don't think that was the case. I just think that Blake Snell was wild. And I think Justin's right. He was effectively wild. He landed his fastball less than 50% of the time. He landed his off-speed pitches like in the mid-30s for strikes. I mean, the one thing that he did, this was not, I wouldn't classify this as a good start for Blake Snell in terms of just the way he pitched. What I would call this is a professional start, because despite the fact that he walked way too many guys, despite the fact that, like Justin Lama said, I'm going to go ahead and call it wild, he still, in the biggest moments, was able to pitch backwards. And the only times he actually landed his curveball and his changeup, when he was actually in trouble. Yeah. And that's what professiononals do. They bear down when they know they're in crisis, and that's when they actually execute at their best. And that's what got him through tonight.
That's why Blake Snell came to the Dodgers. I'm assuming, I don't know the guy, I haven't talked to him. I'm assuming he came here for that very reason. That wasn't a great start by him, but any stretch, the only reason he gets a W is T.O.'s home run. I mean, T.O. hits a 3-run homer. He's still the pitcher of record, quote unquote. We knew he's coming out because he's at 92 pitches, but T.O. hits a home run, gives him lead. So he's a winning pitcher. So but that's how that's supposed to work. That's why Blake came to the Dodgers. He wants those opportunities to be on a great team. And I know he's been on good teams, great teams before, but no, he wasn't sharp. I felt like almost like the whole game, Case, our pitchers were in trouble.
Yeah, man.
I'm like you.
But the only time they made good pitches when they were in trouble. Yes. It felt like that way.
Snell's in trouble all night. He got out of what did he give up? 2 runs, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy.
4 guys. I mean, 53 strikes and 92 pitches, whatever. I mean, but Kasparis was good for a little bit.
Kasparis was. We'll get into him here in a minute.
I got you. Yeah. I mean, for his. An inexperienced guy coming in
no doubt.
Role, he come in a tie game. This game was tough when he came in. So, he did okay. I mean, he can do better. We know we need him to do better.
Yes.
Bessie, I love what he brings to the mound, that he gives up a bomb.
I don't know what he was doing tonight, though. I hate the Dodgers won. I need to quit having this negative tone.
Well,
it's exciting they won. I mean, but I mean,
he's throwing 90. You know more about it than I do.
He's just 91 on our fastballs.
Yeah,
at the letters. I mean, it's like what?
Competitive I'm surprised. As hell. The guy's
and then the guy hits a home run, and I'm like, well, yeah, it's 91 up in the zone. What? At some point, a major league hitter is going to hit that out of the ball. And you know how much I love Alex Vesey. I'm one of the few that just always goes to bat for him. I just was sitting there just watching. And hey, these guys know a hell of a lot more about this than I do. Yep. And again, I don't want to sit there and hear, because the Dodgers did win this game, and I don't want to be. I don't want this to be like a negative cesspool type of a show, but I still was just him and Tanner Scott both. I mean, Tanner Scott has an elite fastball. Yep. I've talked about that over and over and over. But Coach, I mean, if you're going to throw, of course, Tanner Scott's not 91; he's 96. But even at 96, but certainly at 91, which is what Vesey was tonight. If you're going to continue to throw fastballs that are hitting basically the middle of the plate, right here about belt high or a little bit above belt high, you're going to give up a home run. I'm glad he only gave up the one, but I love Alex Vesey. I didn't quite understand what the goal was as far as his sequencing tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of things go into it, Case. It's opening night. The Dodgers, I know they haven't the readings yet, but they're raising the flag up. Gibby and Freddie, which is a great moment, by the way. I almost brought tears to my eyes watching it because I watched both those home runs.
Yeah, wasn't that awesome?
But there's so much going on there. The opening night, you hope some of that's just, guys being too hyped. I don't know if you can be that way. These guys are professional. Let's face it, Blake Trinan threw in the biggest games of the year for the Dodgers last year. I mean,
he's awesome.
The most clutch, pressure-packed times. This guy is elite. Tanner Scott's elite.
Yes.
Alex
Vesey has been elite.
He's been elite. I'm sitting there going, the whole time I'm like, isn't it great that we can be Dodger fans?
Oh, no doubt.
Pissing and moaning when we won a game.
We're being picky, no doubt.
Being picky after we just won a game against a really good team.
That's what tells you how good you are.
Yes, that's a good thing. It's like me and you aren't OU football fans. Oklahoma University for those from other country, but other parts of the country, but they're the ones that win 48-10. They're pissed off. They give up 10. I guess we're getting to that point as far as fans where the expectations are so high that if it's not, I don't know what we're looking for. I've never, it's good. It's a good feeling to have.
162-0, baby.
We're 3-0. It's a good feeling to have to be in this situation.
It is.
and hell, let's get back to reality, Case. You're a coach, I'm a coach. They're not going to be good every night. So it's opening night. There's a lot of things that have gone into this day. I wasn't there. You weren't there. I don't know what the hell's going on 4 o'clock out in L.A. They're having the they're having their ceremonies, and
good point.
Game starts at 7 or whatever the hell it's starting out there, 4 o'clock.
And they won, by the way.
And they won. So there's a lot of things going on to the game. So that just proves the Dodgers are who we think they are. When they're not at their best, they're still able to win against a good team.
Yes. Hey, 7 hits. It's and on the flip side of this, so here's all the of course. Now let me preface all of this that we're talking in this way because of the incredible roster this team has and the unbelievably probably unattainable standards that we've set for this team. Like if this team plays to their potential and their capabilities, then they're going to win games like 10-0. I mean, because they're just literally that good. So, like I said, I mean, we're absolutely completely nitpicking, and it's kind of fun because that's what it is. So, but here's the formulas as far as the winning offense. So 7 hits, 3 of them are home runs. I mean, it's hard to lose whenever you hit 3 home runs, and especially if one of them's a 3-run home run.
Yeah,
that makes it very hard to lose. And then also the formula, coach. The blue. It's again, it's not the home run. You know what won the game? It was the 73-mile-an-hour single and then the walk right in front of the home run.
Yep.
It's that bloop. The bloop means just as much as the blast. So the bloop in front of the blast, they call it the bloop and a blast. That formula is a forever formula that wins games. They did tonight for the Dodgers.
And you're sitting there and watching the game. That was a good at bat by Pius. I mean, that was a hell of an at bat against a good pitcher. He fought off some tough pitches. 73 miles an hour into right center field and kind of sets the stage for that. So that's what we're talking about when you get to that level. In case I just sat there thinking as you were talking, you've played for me how much I think about cake eaters. Are we becoming cake eaters, me and you? We got that elite team. We're sitting there. Well, we won 5 before, but what the hell? We didn't do that. Are we those guys now? Case, don't let me be that guy.
Absolutely.
Don't let me be that guy. Let's go back to being dirt dobbers. I want to see Casey Porter with an ice cream running down in front of his jersey because he's spilling
dirt all over my uniform before the second inning.
And me over there with whatever it is, porno bad mustache and whatever. But I don't want to become a cake eater, but it's so much fun to have this great team.
It is,
and we're pissing and moaning after they just won 5-4 against a good team on the opening night. I'm not going to apologize because I love this team. I love being a Dodger dog, and I know you do too. But we got 100. Well, I guess we got 159 of these. We're already 3-0, so we got to jump on everybody else. So there's a lot of things can happen between them. All we know is this team is
so
what
good.
Everybody says it. They're so good. There's still guys on the bench that didn't get in there tonight. And Kike, I hope that's not a stomach deal going around from rookie to him. So he had a stomach deal going on, and so Conforto had Michael didn't get in there tonight. So the Dodgers they're loaded. I'm not. It's nothing earth shattering. I'm saying we're Dodger fans and we love it, and we'll see how it goes. I'm apprehensive because like you are.
I'm process-based right now. Results great. There's 162 games. But I'm looking at all the different processes that get you to victories. Yeah. And I just kind of where I came at for my first 5 minutes of my spiel here was that if this is the process every night, we're going to lose some games. That's kind of where I was at for that. So that's kind of where I was coming at.
No, and that's legit. And you're right. If it's like this every night, we're going to lose some games. But I think we both understand this team is probably too good to be like that every night.
Yeah.
And let's face it, we're not going to be playing the Tigers every night. And this isn't the Tigers of the old. This is a good team. Their pitching's good. They got the Cy Young guys, and they got they still got Flaherty. Is he throwing tomorrow or the next day?
I think so.
They're coming at us. I mean, So there's a lot of things going on here, but I mean, it's great to feel this way. Like, hey, this team is fun to watch. They're going to. I want to get back to dirt dauber status, though.
Yes,
me and you're a dirt dauber. Guthrie, Oklahoma. Stillwater, Oklahoma. We're dirt daubers. We're not pretty boys. We're not the cake eaters, Case. Yeah, I'm not going to say on the air what I used to call those people, but you know what I'm saying. But. And the Dodgers won last year. We go back to that because they were grinders. let's face it. The Tommy, they were grinders when they had to be. In previous years, they weren't grinders.
They weren't tonight too. Look at the way the pitchers pitched tonight when they had runners on base, and it was the biggest moments. The Dodgers came through in the biggest moments. They were grinders tonight.
It's always a big thing. Not only baseball, but any sport. When you can win when you're not at your best, that shows that you're grinding, you're battling. You know you don't have your. I don't know how many times I've talked to pitchers, so have you, that have gone out there and was like, damn, he just ain't got it. But God, he's competing on every pitch and he gives you a chance to win. That's kind of what we saw tonight, and that I think this team doesn't have to prove their toughness to me or you or
not at all,
anybody else. I mean,
I think tonight proved it.
There we go again. It wasn't elite, but it's a victory against a good team. So I think we're going to see a bunch of this for the Dodgers. The nights they're really on, they're going to kick somebody's ass. I'm being honest with you.
That's the moral of the story.
That's the
moral.
They're
going to win all these games where you go, huh? And then the games where they do play good, they're going to kick ass.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's a great moral for us Dodger dogs.
Yeah, I mean, if you're AJ Hinch and you walk 2 guys and you walk 6 times and you only give up 7 hits, if you're AJ Hinch walking out of there, you're thinking, this went just about as well as we could have hoped tonight, right? I mean, that's if you're him, if you're the Tigers manager.
Yeah. And
we still lost. That's how good that other team is.
No, that's true.
What I'm thinking right now.
No, and AJ's done a great. I mean, he's been successful where he's been. He's a great player in high school and college, and a pro player, and he's a outstanding major league manager. And the next 2 games are going to be tough for the Dodgers. Yeah. I mean, it just is what it is, and you wouldn't have it any other way. That's what. Let's face it. These are all multi-million-dollar players, elite, the best in the world. That's why they're where they are. It just is what it is. We feel like the Dodgers are the best team. A lot of people want to blow it out like the Dodgers are going to win, 150 games. It's BS, as we all know. But, we'll see. Got to stay healthy, which we've seen. Got to stay healthy. 100%. Got to be a little, have some breaks go your way. It's the same thing for everybody. It just happens to be the Dodgers have the best team on paper, but means nothing till you walk out on the field. And it's great to get it started.
But they also have the best team in theory because they won it last year.
Yep.
And they have most of that same character, of the same characters that won it for them. So here's the formula. They won it last year. They have most of the same guys back because the front office was smart enough to go get Teo, Blake Trinan, and Kike Hernandez and resign, and then add the Roki Sasakis and guys like that. So they've added to the core that basically was what won it for them last year.
Yep.
And then at the same time, this organization, one thing and I said this before he said it, and I love it when he said this. The main goal, whenever you win one like this, Coach, as the leader in charge of the whole thing, the one thing you enjoy it, but after you get over the enjoyment period, the one thing that you start thinking about is, okay, now that we've actually won one, how do I keep these guys from getting complacent? How do I keep them from just kind of resting on their laurels because we won it? Well, Andrew Friedman made it a real clear statement going out and get Tanner Scott and Roki Sasaki and all these guys. Hey, boys, one isn't good enough. So somehow he brought back the entire cast of characters and then also laid down the law that we're not going to get complacent, which is why you win games like tonight.
It's amazing. A couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago, I know a couple of years ago, me and you and Rex and I, again, all the time, pissing them on them, but the Dodgers weren't making any moves. They're just sitting back, trying to hit home runs. Hey, we look good. We get 50,000. As the rumor always was, they show up early, they show up late, leave early.
Hey, hold on a second, Coach. Hold on. All right, so Mark Phillip Bodner says, and here I thought this was the Pretty Dog show with the No, this is not the Pretty Dog show.
Oh,
not when we have Coach Holden out here. Yeah, you can call it whatever you want. It's not the Pretty Dog show.
One thing we won't ever be confused with is Pretty Case. I love that dude, though.
Yeah.
Our Dodger dogs, I love those guys. And
absolutely.
Here we are starting another season with it. That's a great thing, man.
That is.
Man, Pretty Dogs, you're the wrong station, brother. I don't know where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Maybe there's
Laugh
some pretty
loud,
boys. Maybe Coach Barrakoff and Austin are pretty boys. Maybe you're the wrong one.
Absolutely. We're the Dirt Daubers.
We get Coach B and Austin on there. Austin with all his numbers and Coach B being an awesome coach. And maybe they're the Pretty Dogs. Me and you're not. We're the Dirt Dog. I want to be a Dirt Dauber. I'm just, it is what it is.
But the Dodgers made moves, Coach, and they are not complacent. Not
there's no doubt about it. I mean, like I said, a few years ago, we were all pissed and moaning because they did nothing. Did nothing before the season, trading deadline, but they changed that. I mean, obviously, they went in big time. I sat there looking at it later in the game. They showed Sandy Koufax sitting by Billie Jean King. Then they go out to Magic Johnson Center going, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You Magic, whatever, the guy's a winner. I mean, I know he's part of the ownership team and in the front office group. This group isn't set back. Yeah, we want a ring, but we want some more. And that's the great thing about that. I will never say bad word about our front office. I'm not ever going to say, me, Case. 2 years ago, I was saying Dave Roberts should have been manager of the year. We got our ass beat in the first round of the playoffs.
And you still said that.
But because they won 14 games in a division with losing the entire freaking rotation, the Braves did it last year. They didn't win their division by 14. They lost their whole damn rotation. So I'll get off that soapbox. But I'm just saying the guy has proven himself. Get off of it. We lose a game here and there. Don't be getting on his ass fired. He don't need to be fired. He's a great manager. Proof's in the pudding. Yeah.
I will say this, though. Is this going to be the lineup we're going to see every time we see a lefty with no Michael Conforto and Andy Pages left? That's interesting. When I saw it, I was like, huh.
Yeah,
interesting.
It is interesting.
But, I mean, right-handed loaded. I mean, it may just be because Skubal is so good and just the splits are just – I haven't looked at Skubal splits. Lefties versus righties, so I can't get Austin to be better with that. But it may be because Skubal is just that good. But I'll be curious to see if this actually is the lineup against left-handed pitchers.
That's true. That going forward, that'll be very interesting. And like I said, you know more about this. I guarantee Austin knows more about this. And Tanner Scott's better against right-handers. That was interesting. I mean, that's why they brought him in the eighth inning. All the stuff that Dave and the staff have in front of them. There'll be times that Tanner's going to be our closer. There's no doubt about it. He's elite, and him or Blake, they're going to be the closer.
That was weird. That must have been matchup based. I would like to hear the explanation.
They were talking about he was so much better against righties, and the first lefty gets a base hit off of him. Or walks or whatever, got on base. But I'm just saying, I don't do enough. I'm just an old country ball coach here in Oklahoma. I don't do the paperwork like you.
Who's my next best guy? He's in.
Yes, that's it.
Who's my next best guy? He's in.
Yes, I'm the old country hillbilly coach, and you're going with steel. I don't have all the paperwork in front of me like these. And if I'll say this, so if I had all that paperwork in front of me, I would use it. So I'm not going to. There's nothing bad about it. I just we just didn't do it. Me and Smalley had a dip. I had to chew a red man in. He had a dip in, and we're just trying to coach him up. You know how that shit goes. But
with size 16 shoes.
Yes, things have changed. But anyway,
they have.
It's great and they knew what they were doing, bringing Tanner in the eighth inning and then going training. Those guys were elite. They're unhittable. They weren't unhittable tonight.
They're both going to get 3 outs. What does it matter which order it's in?
It doesn't matter. You better be damn good at the plate. Even on those guys off nights, you better be damn good at the plate or you're not going to hit them.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Yvette Wilkins, I'm glad to see this comment. We all feel like that. It was not the prettiest game, but somehow they got it done, which, again, that is just such a compliment to the roster that has been built. I'll tell you what, Charlie Stokes, Coach, I say all the time that the Dodgers Dawgs community is the best baseball community in terms of if you want intelligent baseball chat. This is the place. Charlie Stokes, Snell got the win but didn't have his best stuff. He said, I think everybody knew that Teo was going to hit that home run. Charlie Stokes, here you go. Shohei Ohtani was 2 for 4 at a home run, 1 RBI. He has 2 home runs in 3 games. Tommy Tanks has 2 home runs in 3 games. Charlie Stokes also says Dodgers have gone 3-0. The last team to do that was in 2001, the New York Yankees, after winning the World Series. And then Charlie Stokes also says he finishes it off. How about this with A-plus stuff? Does it matter how many wins the Dodgers get? It just matters being with the most wins for home field advantage throughout the playoffs. How about that for A-plus chat?
That's A-plus. The Dodger Dogs are the best. It gets, as far as knowledge, intensity, desire, and all the stuff that the fans have towards this team. Yes, as they used to say, a lot of basketball coaches, just get in the tournament. And I've heard Tony La Russa even use that in a baseball analogy. Mm-hmm. We just want to get in the tournament. I know he did in 2011. That's exactly what he said, and they won in 2011. So the Dodgers, I'm like you. Everybody's predicting how many wins. I don't give a crap. Win a division or just get in the tournament. The best team will come to the top, and the Dodgers have proven that on numerous occasions. And good Lord, man. I mean, nothing easy. If it's easy, everybody can do it.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, Ryan R. says, do I smell Ohtani breaking Judge's 62 home runs? What do you think, man? Any shot at it?
I think he can do it. I think that guy is capable of doing anything. And who knows, Judge can probably break it himself. But, there's no doubt. The guy is obviously the reason the Dodgers, and not only just the Dodgers, everybody else is after him, too, for the same reason. He is what he is. And, yes, I mean, he can do it. It wouldn't sound like him sit there, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
It's not like Brady Anderson hitting 50-something home runs out of nowhere, Back to the Orioles back there.
That was out of a needle.
Damn, was that guy? He looks a little bit bigger than he did last year. I won't get into that.
A little bit bigger.
Yeah, he's just a little bit stronger looking, and Barry Bonds' head's half the size it used to be now. But anyway, I won't get into that stuff. That's a whole other show.
Yeah, that is a whole other show, Coach.
And I don't want to get into it. I don't give a damn.
Those are some very tall weeds. Very tall weeds.
I love watching Sosa and McGuire on the chase. Yeah. I love watching Bonds hit. But they didn't throw him a strike. He was so great. He didn't need that crap. Yeah, I'm getting on the roll here, but I'm just saying he's Hall of Fame without that crap. But whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, that was the final point on Barry Bonds.
Throw to the plate, hit the son of a bitch out. It's crazy.
He was going to be a Hall of Famer.
No doubt.
Why tarnish it? Even if he didn't do it, if people think he did. Why tarnish it? Because you were going to be a Hall of Famer anyway. So that's kind of the point to make there.
Ever lived, and it's tarnished. I hate it.
Hey, Bruce Davis is bringing his A game too, Coach. Bruce says, hi, everyone. I got to watch the Japan series, but missed this one because he's in the Philippines.
Yeah.
How about that? Watching Dodgers Dawgs from not just Dodgers baseball, watching Dodgers Dawgs from the Philippines. And then Bruce Davis says, I've got so much respect, Tony. I really enjoy both of you guys. Bruce, we appreciate that so much. What great comments those are. So yes, Carol S. says, happy opening day. Wanted to know what we thought of Blake Snell's start. I'll say this is the way I'm going to cap this off. I bitched and moaned enough early on. I kind of got some of that out. That's all right. Hey, that's what we do here, right? We're fans, right? I mean, fans is short for fanatics. We have our emotions. We get them out. We move on. We go the next day, that kind of thing. And right, everybody in the chat's exactly right. The Dodgers won. That's all that mattered.
Yep.
But I will say this about Blake Snell. I'll say this is how I'll cap it off. As far as his performance, I didn't think it was necessarily a good performance. I thought he was at his best in the crisis moments, which the way that I would describe that is it was very professional on his part. This was a professional outing for Blake Snell.
Blake Snell's elite. I mean, He stays healthy. In case me and you won him 3 years ago, or get his ass over here, young. We well love Blake Snell. So I'll go back to the same thing I said earlier. The guy wasn't at his best. He still got to win. Yes, T.O.'s home run put him in the win column, but he competed his ass off. Like you said, he made great pitches in the crisis situations. He had a lot of traffic on the bases, a lot of walks and some base hits, but that dude's who we thought he was. We want him in there, and
he always starts slow.
Yeah, he always starts slow, and man, he'll pick it up eventually. But he's who we thought he is, and that's what we want. I mean, Blake Snell's our guy. We've wanted him, now we've got him. Let's go.
Yeah, and what he is 1-0. So that's always fun too, right? Okay, so Ben Kasparius, Coach, check this out. Hey, my old boy Zach McKinstry, I got a chance to talk to him many different times at Oklahoma City. Actually got him on interview once. Just a wonderful young man. Went to Central Michigan. He was a Chippewa, the same school that Griffin Lockwood Powell, one of the friends of Dodgers Dawgs and Dodgers Daily, is in the system right now. I think Griffin's probably going to start out at AA Tulsa and catch for them. But Central Michigan, great young man. Played at Oklahoma City, played a little bit with Los Angeles, got traded, that kind of deal. Just gave a professional at bat against Ben Kasparius. I mean, I think it was like 8 pitches, eventually worked a walk on the slider. Ben was pissed like he always is. Give McKinstry credit for just having a professional at bat and beating Kasparius there. So after the leadoff walk, Coach, after he got 2 on and no one out, okay, Ben Kasparius. So he started Carpenter with 2 curveballs. And here's what I wanted to, the point that I wanted to say about Kasparius. Crisis moment. We talked about that. After 2 on and no were out, Ben Kasparius threw 7 sliders. You know how many landed in the strike zone? 6. Mm-hmm. He threw 7 sliders, 6 of them for strikes, He landed all 3 curveballs that he threw, and he landed the 1 cutter that he threw. So out of the 7, 10, 11 secondary pitches he threw 10 strikes after he got 2 on and no out. Now that is major league composure and execution from Ben Kasparias. Very proud of him. So like he has the easy outing sometimes. What we want to see is what happens when it's not easy and he gets in those situations. Well, there you go, right?
I just looked here, Case. 26 pitches, 19 strikes.
Yes.
Come on now. I mean, that's above elite. You know, it's first time for this year, Ben. But no, that's what we're talking about. Landing 6 out of 7 on those pitches. The guy just, when he needed to make pitches, he was able to make pitches. But he had some crucial outings in the playoffs last year. This guy came up big time. That's the thing we forget about. Yeah, we know, Freddie's grand slam. Yeah, we got, all this other stuff. Get down to the nitpicking, the bullpen game, that pulled out against the Padres and they pulled off against the Yankees. He's right in the middle of all that stuff. Mm-hmm. All the situations. This guy's, he's young, but he's got some battle testing already done on him. He's already been battle tested some. So that's the thing I love about our Dodger guys and the past, and even the young guys we brought up, and that some of them are injured right now that had to come up 2 years ago when it was a tight race and had to compete and do some stuff. Those were crucial games. Most of the guys that we got, and that's why they're elite now or getting on that level where they can compete, is that they've already been in those situations. They haven't come up with it, late in the year, you got a 15-game lead, you're throwing guys out there for the hell of it, get a look at them. No, these guys had to pitch with the pressure was on, and he had to do it in the playoffs, and Ben showed a lot in the playoffs, showed a lot tonight. 19 strikes, 26 pitches. Yeah. That's good stuff.
Most of them secondaries?
Yes. Yeah. But that's the thing you do. It's like you something's not working, even on a high school level case. Yeah. I mean, I'm calling pitches, you're calling pitches. Hell, this guy's, it's not landing anything. He's got this. Okay, we're going to throw the hell out of it. As we used to say in football, we're going to run it to your nosebleeds. Hey, I may run the A-gap all night. You ain't stopped it yet, so we're just going to keep panning off this big guy and run it to your nosebleeds. Same thing here. You find that fine-tuning. Where's the pitch at? It's your secondary stuff. You start letting that's great. That's great because there's that confidence where I can throw that pitch anytime. I used to always tell our pitchers at Stillwater High School, if you can throw it on 2-2, you can throw it on 3-2. Yeah. So we'd pretty much go, a 3-2 pitch. It's going to be a pretty good pitch, but you throw the damn thing. If you throw it on 2-2, you throw it on 3-2. So you try to have that mentality with pitchers, and Ben showed up big time tonight.
I thought so. Yeah. And here's another thing. You used to always say this too, Coach. Like, hey, I have you out here for a reason, and that's because, this is like a big game. And so the other relievers tonight were Blake Trinan, Alex Vesia, and Tanner Scott, right? And then you know who the fourth one was? Ben freaking Kasparias.
Yes.
You know what that says about Dave Roberts' trust in Ben Kasparias? He is in that group right, at least for tonight. The Dodgers, the front office, and Dave Roberts had enough, Mark Pryor had enough confidence in Ben Kasparias to put him in that bullpen. That's a big statement.
That says a lot. Like you said, Case, this is a tight game. Against a good team. He's the first guy out of the pen. Yeah. You're the first guy behind Blake Snell. Mm-hmm. Get you some of that. So there's a lot of confidence from Mark Pryor, as you mentioned, and Dave Roberts, and and his teammates. Hey, look, get up there and let her rip, big boy. And the thing about it, we always – people don't understand. These guys earn everything they get.
They sure do.
I used to always hear people say, Matt Holliday, he just got up there because of his dad. Nobody gives a damn who Tom Holliday is. He's a college pitching coach. Matt Holliday earned it because he earned it. Everything
Jackson Holliday's earned it too. Yeah.
Jackson Holliday's the same way. These, all these major league guys, nobody cares who your dad is, who your granddad was, who your mom is, nobody cares. Can you get the job done? And they have to earn everything on the big league level. And that's the great thing about watching guys like Ben and all these guys that show up. Dave's not being a good
Especially Ben's earned everything.
Yes, absolutely. These guys have earned everything. They're not handed anything, especially on this Dodger team.
Well, you don't think Alex Vesia hadn't earned it 2 years ago? I saw him in Oklahoma City.
Absolutely. Vesia, all those guys, because the Dodgers, they even mentioned on the broadcast tonight, the Dodgers have so many good guys, and he said this may be the best bullpen they've had ever.
Yeah.
Could be the best bullpen
Especially
they've ever had.
depth-wise, yeah.
But not only these guys that we're seeing now on the roster starting today, there's some cats are in Oklahoma City or coming off injuries that can pitch. So the bullpen isn't going away. You hope you get some guys healthy, and you know you're gonna. I hate saying it, you'll have something pop up with a guy needs some time off, that sort of thing. But the Dodgers are in great shape.
They are.
You can't say anything more about the front office. They want it all, and everybody's blah 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 and having parades and crap. They're doing their work, man. They're not sitting on their laurels.
Nope.
Years ago, I was pissed. Yeah, I won't go back. I know some of our Dodger dogs are getting pissed when I bring up previous ownership who a husband and wife.
I can't remember who it was.
I don't even care. I don't care who their damn name was. All I know is they were in a divorce deal and screwing our damn team up. Get out of here. But anyway, so we got big time ownership and front office. So we got Magic, baby. He's winner. He's winner the minute he walked out of the womb, probably. So it's great to have him a part of the ownership team.
Yeah. One thing I'd like to say, too, Magic Johnson, he's all about winning championships. Andrew Friedman. Billy Gasparino, he's in the Oklahoma State Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir.
He knows nothing but winning championships. Okay, so and I kind of get this sometimes because I talk in these kind of cadences. We work from the end point backwards. I think that's what championship type of people do. Yeah. They think, okay, well, what does it take to win a championship? Let's start there and then fill everything in from that premise, working everything back. What do we have to do to get to this point? Instead of starting here and then working up to that, it's let's start with this mindset and then work backwards to figure out what we have to do to get there. And so I think that way of thinking really kind of puts an emphasis with this club of, okay, everything's getting set up to be the elite team that we need to be to win another championship. And again, we're talking about this day one, domestic opening day, but it's because of the mentality of working backwards, starting at the World Championship and building out from there.
Yeah, a lot of people, as you mentioned, build up. Well, hell, while you're building up, at some point you got a guy you can't pay, and he's going to take big money somewhere else. So we want to get to, like you said, Case, work backwards. We know what it takes to get there.
There's
exactly what you just said.
Yes.
Building up is great, but at some point that goes to hell in a handbasket. I can't keep up with all of a sudden now this guy's an elite player. Well, hell, we can't pay him. We're a small market team, whatever the case may be. They can't pay the guy what he's worth, and he goes somewhere else. So that's all good in theory, but we've got right here, and we're going to work backwards. Now, fill in the spots here, fill in the pieces to build up what we got. Like you said, the Dodgers front office from the top on down, ownership on down, is amazing. This group has.
What weakness does this team have?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know there is. Last year we worried about the bullpen. I mean, a lot of that. Then we got in the playoffs, it was starting pitching. That's why we're the first team in the history of baseball in the modern times to ever throw a damn bullpen game in the playoffs of the World Series and be successful doing it.
They started the opener philosophy and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, because they had to.
The piggybacks. I mean, they've invented bulk inning guys. They've invented stuff.
It's like me and you talk about. I remember that time going, Dodgers aren't doing this because they want to, they're doing it because they have to.
Yeah, and it's the right move.
And they're down 2-1. The freaking Padres on the road, and they come out and shove it up there, bud, with a 2-hit shutout or where the hell it was, and the rest is history, as they say. So, there's no fear in making decisions with Dave Roberts, Mark Pryor, that whole coaching staff, the front office, and that's why this team is elite. They have elite players, but you got a manager and a staff and a front office that are, as you mentioned, you talked to Billy Gasparino, all those guys, they're making moves.
They are
success oriented. Hell, we're not worried about next year. We're not worried about tomorrow. Hell, get her done today, And it's obvious what the Dodgers have been able to do, and just hope it continues. I don't have to hope. Hell, it's there, man. We'll just see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. Hey, this was a wonderful game again. I gave both of my sides of the analysis as far as the good and the bad. We're going to do this every single game, and hey, we enjoy. We don't have to be the even keel. We're the fans. We can enjoy the good. We can enjoy the bad. We can cuss and discuss it. That's what makes shows like this fun. That's what makes talking about it fun. So final thoughts for you.
first thing I'll say, I know Case. I don't look and see who else are listening to us and stuff like that because I'm not tech savvy enough. I'm an old man, but you do. I just want to say thank you to all those Dodger dogs out there. And the comments you read, and I get on there sometime and look at the comments, highly intelligent. I mean,
yes.
This is the best ever. The Dodger dogs, their fans, the supporters, not only they're fans, they act stupid. They're knowledgeable fans, and they're what we love about this team and talking about the Dodgers. All I'll say is, we're 3-0. It's great to be a Dodger fan. It's great to be a Dodger dog, and it's great to be friends with Casey Porter. I love you, brother, and Coach B and Austin. I know you guys are out there somewhere. I hope we get y'all's take on all this stuff when you get an opportunity to. And the season's cranked up.
We won't get Coach B's take on this show because he's knee deep in the basketball.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Basketball's on. Hell, I'm going to get another beer and go watch some basketball.
I need you to shut up so we can go.
I took it easy, so I got to open up another beer and go watch some basketball.
Yeah,
go
there
Texas
you go.
Tech. Let's go, baby. Red Raiders. Let's go.
Is it a Michelada? Is that what we got going on tonight?
I don't know what the hell it is. Whatever I got
Yingling,
in the fridge.
maybe?
Yeah, probably Yingling.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
It's all good. Go Dodgers.
All right, Coach. Hey, I love you. It's great to see your face. For Coach Holt, I'm Casey Porter. I would like to say it has always been, as it was today, a great day to be a Dodger.